This is QTV News and I am Jenna Wasonko. Thank you for joining us. First, the headlines. President Adama Barrow presides over a glittering ceremony to inaugurate the Dawda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center in Bijilo. The Gambia's Fire and Rescue Service have gratefully received donations of an accident recovery vehicle and a Land Rover from a UK-based organization concerned at what they describe as the number of road traffic accidents and fatalities in the Gambia. An Islamic Development Foundation is launched to honor the memory of and maintain the legacy of the late Islamic scholar Sheikh Alhaji Zaidi Jallow. Those are our top stories, and now the news in detail. Stay with us. Thank you for joining us. President Adama Barrow on Saturday presided over the inauguration of the Dawda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center in Bijilo. The facility is part of projects earmarked for the hosting of the OIC Summit in 2022. As Alucisa reports, the center is described as another testimony of the excellent bilateral cooperation between Banjul and Beijing.
Renamed after Gambia's first president, the late Dawda Kairaba Jawara, the $50 million edifice, where construction work started in August 2017, is an aid project from the People's Republic of China to the Gambia government. It was a proud moment for President Barrow as he inaugurated the center. Renaming the center after Dawda Kairaba Jawara, he said, is a tribute to the man. The Gambian leader said the conference center will complement the infrastructural developments intended by his government.
The project demonstrates the People's Republic of China's resolve to link its development plan with development support to the Gambia and Africa as a whole. It is a new relationship rooted in a mutually beneficial cooperation formula for Africa and the People's Republic of China. The center will solely provide opportunities for employment, open up the tourism industry market, enhance transport services, and expose our diversity and culture to the world. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, against this backdrop, we are profoundly grateful to the People's Republic of China for their support to the Gambia.
He went on to thank the government and people of China for supporting the development aspirations of the Gambia and Africa in general. He renewed his government's support to the One China policy. As a policy of China aid, the Chinese government hired both the contractor Jiangsu Provincial Company Sichuan and the consultant Southwest Project Management and Consultancy Company. Ma Jianchun, ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the Gambia, while renewing his government's continued cooperation in all sectors based on trust, said the completion of the center will elevate the bilateral ties.
I believe that the International Conference Center will become the most ideal venue so far for our Gambian friends to host meetings, gatherings, and other large-scale activities, which will greatly enrich the life of the Gambian people and stand as a monument for our cordial friendship.
On the side of the Gambian government, a project implementation unit was formed to work hand in glove with the Chinese counterparts to ensure that the project goals are met. The Gambia's Works Minister Bailamin Job said the numerous China-funded projects are a result of the excellent diplomatic ties between Banjul and Beijing.
Over 20 Gambians from various government departments, as well as from the private sector, were given training in China on how to operate and manage this facility.
Renaming the facility after former President Jawara, who died last year, has been highly welcome to keep his memory alive. Jawara led the Gambia to independence from British rule in 1965. Nema Jawara is Dawda Kairaba Jawara's first daughter.
On behalf of the Jawara Kunda family, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for naming this building after Papa.
The International Conference Center has a 1,000-seat major conference hall, 4 200-seat film meeting rooms, 1 lounge, 4 press rooms and news centers, 14 meeting rooms, office stations, and banquet halls. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cissé.
A road traffic accident recovery vehicle and a Land Rover were donated on Friday to the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services by Foyna Nelson, founder of Challenge 4000. Babukar C reports.
The donation was as a result of the high number of road traffic accidents and fatalities in the Gambia, the donors say. The road rescue unit is fully kitted with emergency trauma kits. The vehicles will help ease the rescue operations of the firefighters on our roads and during other key emergencies. A week-long training on sea rescue and traffic accidents was also conducted by Challenge 4000 to enhance the capacities by the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services. The head of the fundraising team, Doug Hamlet, said the Challenge 4000 is a big team and everyone is tasked with a responsibility before driving 4,000 miles to the Gambia.
We've got a big team. Some of them sadly can't be with us. They had to go back to England. They could only do part of the journey. We've got other people who have raised funds in the UK. But as you can see, all the guys here with the Challenge 4000 t-shirts, these have all been a major part of getting the vehicles here. So this, hopefully we can save a few lives and make it all worthwhile.
Louis Moses, Deputy Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Interior, said the donated vehicles and items would be put in good use. He praised the Gambia firefighters for their tremendous efforts in carrying out their duties despite having limited resources.
When there is an accident on the roads, a firefighter is invited. So you can see that firefighters are everywhere in the streets. They are out and about in the streets. And that's what makes you unique and makes your work also more difficult and complex. And that also suggests and gives the reason why you should be supported, because you need the resources to be able to be present in all those locations when the need arises.
Sang Kolindau is the Chief Fire Officer of the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services.
It is not just the vehicles, the equipments, but saving life is our #1 priority. And I think you have just done a just cause for giving us the privilege to save life and properties. And the life we save is also a laudable effort. Road traffic accidents are occurring here, and really, if I tell you, vehicles are not available. And coming up with such thing, I think it's a laudable achievement.
The Challenge 4000 team have been donating to the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services for the past years. The team have also extended its support to the Fonyis by providing medical assistance and equipment in needy communities. Babukar C, QTV News.
An Islamic Development Foundation has been launched by the family of the late Islamic scholar Sheikh Alhaji Zaidi Jallow. The event brought together various Islamic scholars from across and beyond the Gambia to honor his legacy. Mamadou Lamin Choi has the rest of that.
The foundation aims to contribute to the promotion of Islam and community development within and beyond the country. At the launch, Islamic leaders and Muslims from different parts of the country and the sub-region came together in support of what they deemed to be preserving the legacy of the late Gambian scholar Sheikh Alhaji Zaidi Jallow. The event started with the recitation of the Holy Quran. Professor Dr. Omar Jah reminded people about the legacy of the late Imam of Bansang. Dr. Jah describes the initiative as a way of promoting and preserving the legacy of the late Islamic scholar.
Allah shows you when He created you, entrusted you with the responsibility of managing the affairs of the world. To do it, Abu Bakr Zaidi Bansang taught us that you have to be characterized by the characters of Allah.
The foundation has a broad membership which includes Gambians and nationals of other countries in the sub-region. Alhaji Hassan Jallow is the caliph of the late scholar's family and disciples and is the leader of the foundation. In an interview with the press, he talks about the membership of the foundation.
It's open to all Muslims who share those objectives of promoting Islam, promoting Tariqat, interfaith dialogue, helping mosques, helping Islamic educational institutions, intervening in community development in a humanitarian way as well.
Part of the objectives of the newly launched foundation is to promote interfaith dialogue, provide humanitarian assistance, establish, maintain and support mosques. Alhaji Hassan notes the significance of peaceful coexistence of religions.
He continuously reminded us of what Allah said in Surah Al-Rahman, that He has created this world for all His creatures. Only one world for all His creatures. And we are a diverse set of creatures. We don't share the same religion. If we share the same religion, we don't share the same tariqah. If we share those, we may not be of the same tribe. If we may not be of the same race. So it's a creation of diversity. But this is the only world it has at its disposal. That means it has to live together. We have to live together in conditions of respect and tolerance, respecting each other's differences, being tolerant, being respectful of each other, and being at peace with each other. Each of us following what he believes and leaving others to follow what they believe in peace and harmony.
The foundation is situated in Bansang and has branches across the West African sub-region. The person after whom it is named was an Islamic scholar who contributed to the propagation of Islam by teaching and establishing schools and mosques in the Gambia and beyond. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
We will go with a short commercial break, and when we return, the Gambia Public Procurement Authority organizes a capacity building training on public procurement, and we also hear about a workshop which has bold ambitions for tackling challenges in the agricultural sector. Join us after the break.
Bijilo, democracy, Korea understand.
Gambia Kuto Sankuto album Kuta Kutalo. Jeliba Kuyate grand new album launching Democracy Nyemunene Majole Titariko Kono. Tilitang Anin Killing January Sankuto Kono 2020 Q City Nintalang Konon Tosida. Tinkil Kuta Kutalo Ambiance Julukuntubalo Wolongo Q City Kufe Matije. Tickets ordinary $500, VIP $1,000. Ndanan Otetina Jeliba Kuyate Dinataji album bu best tak Democracy 11 January 2020 ca Q City kero Q City dinañ ko wàccee ba zero tickets $500 VIP $1,000 defar leen ba mu baax ngeen ñëw ñu defante taranga ñaaka fa ten wóorut. Jeliba Kuyate album launching Democracy is dedicated to all, especially Gambians in the diaspora.
It's the start of a new decade, and QCell brings you a new and improved 4G MiFi router. You can connect up to 32 devices. Yes, 32 devices with the new MiFi router and enjoy the fastest internet service in the Gambia. So go get it now at any of our QCell customer care centers for just $2,500 and subscribe to our ongoing 4G Mega Data promo. For more information, call QCell customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyu Boss, we innovate, others follow.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News. Now, the Gambia Public Procurement Authority on Thursday organized a capacity building training session for heads of procuring institutions on public procurement. The story is reported by Aji Bintu Drame and is narrated by Bintu Kuka.
The aim of the training of heads of procuring institutions is to expose procurement officers to the best practices to ensure value for money is achieved for public funds, since over 70% of the government's annual budget is public procurement related. Abdullah Tambedu, Director General of GPPA, says for the first time in the Gambia's history, the percentage of the annual public procurement through single source procurement method is going to be used as part of the World Bank's Development Policy Financial Initiative. Dr. William Jabang, a procurement expert, states that the training will promote accountability and transparency in the management of public finances.
Public officers with responsibility for letting and awarding contracts need to be knowledgeable in the regulatory frameworks which govern public procurement, as well as have in their toolkit best practices which will deliver efficiencies, savings, and value for money on behalf of the taxpayer.
Julde Cisse, the Deputy Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, says that the government intends to implement an electronic government procurement system as part of the public financial reforms. She adds that participants should take the training seriously.
In the last 20 budget delivered by the Honorable Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs, the government intends to implement an electronic government procurement as part of the public financial reforms and modernization of the public procurement system.
Ibrahim Masanyang, Director of Policies Procurement Operation, explains the challenges procurement actors face.
Challenges are huge. One, sometimes I may call it inadequate knowledge in public procurement, and that is why in some cases the wrong procurement methods will be applied. Some of them may have something to do with, of course, corruption and so on. Some of them may have to do with, of course, lack of funds. Sometimes they design everything, but the funds are not there.
Bintu Koka, QTV News.
A workshop on an organic and ecological project in West Africa was launched on Friday. The project's bold aim is to end the numerous challenges faced by the agricultural sector. Bintu Koka has the rest of that.
The Knowledge Centers for Organic Agriculture in Africa project encourages traditional means of farming and growing crops in an organic way. The project will be implemented in West African countries, including Mali, Benin, Nigeria, Senegal, and the Gambia. Ibrahim Seck, Fédération Nationale pour l'Agriculture Biologique coordinator, speaks about the importance of the project in helping the people and the farmers.
The project aims to gather traditional ways of farming, what we can do in farming to make it perfect without adding any substances. That is the organic farming or biological agriculture, farming that has no chemicals and is pure.
Mr. Seck adds that the project will gather the knowledge in West Africa, which has been passed on by our forefathers, and will disseminate it to countries that are part of ECOWAS for better farming methods and outcomes.
The people who were here before us didn't know what manure was, and they produced enough crops which are healthy for consumption using the natural resources given by God. Using the old method of farming without adding anything is healthy.
The agricultural sector is the most important sector of the Gambian economy, contributing 32% of the gross domestic product, providing employment and income for 75% of the population, and accounting for 70% of the country's foreign exchange earnings. It remains the prime sector to raise income levels, for investments, to improve food security, and reduce levels of poverty. Bintu Koka, QTV News.
Before we end this news bulletin, let's recap our main headlines. President Adama Barrow has presided over a glittering ceremony to inaugurate the Dawda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center in Bijilo. The Gambia's Fire and Rescue Service have gratefully received donations of an accident recovery vehicle and a Land Rover from a UK-based organization concerned at what they describe as the number of road traffic accidents and fatalities in the Gambia. An Islamic Development Foundation has been launched by the family of the late scholar Sheikh Alhaji Zaidi Jallow. Well, that is all we have for you in this edition of QTV News. Join us same time tomorrow for more news. Have a good weekend.